Non puoi usare la tira. Oh, atende. Hai. Baltics. Hello. Hello. This table.
7. Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, why did you ever bring these people over the Jordan only to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us only if we had been willing to dwell beyond the Jordan. 8. O Lord, what can I say since Israel has turned their back before their enemies? 9. For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land will hear of it, and they will surround us and cut off our name from the earth. And what will you do for your great name? 10. So the Lord said to Joshua, Rise up, why is it that you have fallen on your face? 11. Israel has sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them, and they have ever taken some of the things under the ban, and have both stolen and deceived. Moreover, they have also put them among their own things. 12. Therefore, the sons of Israel cannot stand before their enemies. They turn their backs before their enemies, for they have come accursed. And I will not be with you anymore, unless you destroy the things under the ban from your midst. 13. Rise up, consecrate the people, and say, Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, for thus the Lord, the God of Israel, has said, There are things under the ban in your midst. O Israel, you cannot stand before your enemies until you have removed the things under the ban from your midst. 14. In the morning then you shall come near by your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which the Lord takes by lot shall come near by the families, and the family which the Lord takes shall come near by households, and the household which the Lord takes shall come near man by man. 15. It shall be that the one who is taken with the things under the ban shall be burned with fire, he and all the belongings to him, because he has transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he has committed a disgraceful thing in Israel. 16. So Joshua arose early in the morning and brought Israel nearby tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken. 17. He brought the family of Judah near, and he took the family of the Zerahites, and he brought the family of Zerahites near man by man, and Zabdi was taken. 18. He brought his household near man by man, and Achan son of Kami son of Zabdi, son of Zerah from the tribe of Judah was taken. 19. Then Joshua said to Achan, My son, I implore you, give glory to the Lord, the God of Israel, and give praise to him, and tell me now what you have done. Do not hide it from me. 20. So Achan answered Joshua and said, Truly, I have sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel, and this is what I did. 21. When I saw among the spoil a beautiful mantle from Shinar, and 200 shekels of silver, and a bar of gold, 50 shekels in weight. Then I coveted them and took them, and behold, they are concealed in the earth inside my tent, with the silver underneath it. 7. Joshua 7, New American Standard Bible, 22. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran to the tent, and behold, it was concealed in his tent with the silver underneath it. 23. They took them from inside the tent and brought them to Joshua and to all the sons of Israel, and they poured them out before the Lord. 24. Then Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, the silver, the mantle, and the bar of gold, his sons, his daughters, his oxen, his donkeys, his sheep, his tent, and all that belonged to him, and they brought them up to the valley of Achor. 25. Joshua said, Why have you troubled us? The Lord will not trouble you. The Lord will trouble you this day. And all Israel stoned them with stones, and they burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones. 26. They raised over him a great heap of stones that stands to this day, and the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger. Therefore the name of that place has been called the Valley of Achor to this day. Joshua 8, New American Standard Bible 1. Now the Lord said to Joshua, do not fear or be dismayed. Take all the people of war with you and arise. Go up to Ai. See, I have given into your hand the king of Ai, his people, his city, and his land. 2. You shall do to Ai and its king just as you did to Jericho and its king. You shall take only its spoil and its cattle as plunder for yourselves. Set an ambush for the city behind it. 3. So Joshua rose with all the people of war to go up to Ai, and Joshua chose 30,000 men, valiant warriors, and sent them out at night. 4. He commanded them, saying, see, you are going to ambush the city from behind. Do not go very far from the city, but all of you be ready. 5. Then I and all the people who are with me will approach the city, and when they come out to meet us as at the first, we will flee before them. 6. They will come out after us until we have drawn them away from the city. For they will say, they are fleeing before us as at the first. So we will flee before them. 7. And you shall rise from your ambush and take possession of the city, for the Lord your God will deliver it into your hand. 8. Then it will be when you have seized the city that you shall set the city on fire. You shall do it according to the word of the Lord. See, I have commanded you. 9. So Joshua sent them away, and they went to the place of ambush and remained between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of Ai. But Joshua spent that night among the people. 10. Now Joshua arose early in the morning and mustered. Is it mustered the people, and went up with the elders of Israel before the people to Ai. 11. Then all the people of war who were with him went up and drew near and arrived in front of the city and camped on the north side of Ai. Now there was a valley between him and Ai. 12. And he took about 5,000 men and set them in ambush between Bethel and Ai on the west side of the city. 13. So they stationed the people, all the army that was on the north side of the city, and its rear guard on the west side of the city. And Joshua spent that night in the midst of the valley. 14. It came about when the king of Ai saw it that the people of the city hurried and rose up early and went out to meet Israel in battle, he and all his people at the appointed place before the desert plain. But he did not know that there was an ambush against him behind the city. 15. Joshua and all Israel pretended to be beaten before them and fled by the way of the wilderness. 16. All the people who were in the city were called together to pursue them, and they pursued Joshua and were drawn away from the city. 17. So not a man was left in Ai or Bethel who had not gone out after Israel, and they left the city and guarded and pursued Israel. 18. Then the Lord said to Joshua, stretch out the javelin that is in your hand toward Ai, for I will give it into your hand. So Joshua stretched out the javelin that was in his hand toward the city. Are we on? Toward the city. 19. The men in ambush rose quickly from their place, and when he had stretched out his hand, they ran and entered the city and captured it, and they quickly set the city on fire. 20. When the men of Ai turned back and looked, behold, the smoke of the city ascended to the sky, and they had no place to flee this way or that, for the people who had been fleeing to the wilderness turned against the pursuers. 21. When Joshua and all Israel saw that the men in ambush had captured the city and that the smoke of the city ascended, they turned back and slew the men of Ai. 22. The others came out from the city to encounter them, so that they were trapped in the midst of Israel, some on this side and some on that side. And they slew them until no one was left of those who survived or escaped. 23. But they took alive the king of Ai and brought him to Joshua. Joshua 8, New American Standard Bible. 24. Now when Israel had finished killing all the inhabitants of Ai in the field, in the wilderness where they pursued them, and all of them were fallen by the edge of the sword until they were destroyed. Then all Israel returned to Ai and struck it with the edge of the sword. 25. All who fell that day, both men and women, were 12,000. All the people of Ai. 26. For Joshua did not withdraw his hand with which he stretched out the javelin until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. 27. Israel took only the cattle and the spoil of that city as plunder for themselves, according to the word of the Lord which he had commanded Joshua. 28. So Joshua burned Ai and made it a heap forever, a desolation until this day. 29. He hung the king of Ai on a tree until evening, and at sunset Joshua gave command, and they took his body down from the tree and threw it at the entrance of the city gate, and raised over it a great heap of stones that stands to this day. 30. Then Joshua built an altar to the Lord, the God of Israel, in Mount Ebal. 31. Just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded the sons of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of uncut stones on which no man had welded an iron tool. And they offered burnt offerings on it to the Lord, and sacrificed peace offerings. 32. He wrote there on the stones a copy of the law of Moses, which he had written in the presence of the sons of Israel. 33. All Israel with their elders and officers and their judges were standing on both sides of the ark before the Levitical priests who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, the stranger as well as the native. Half of them stood in front of Mount Gerizim, and half of them in front of Mount Ebal, just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given command at first to bless the people of Israel. 34. Then afterward he read all the words of the law, the blessing and the curse, according to all that is written in the book of the law. 35. There was not a word of all that Moses had commanded which Joshua did not read before all the assembly of Israel, with the women and the little ones and the strangers who were living among them. Joshua 9, New American Standard Bible 1. Now it came about when all the kings who were beyond the Jordan, in the hill country and in the lowland and on all the coast of the Great Sea, toward Lebanon, the Hittite and the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, heard of it. 2. That they gathered themselves together with one accord to fight with Joshua and with Israel. 3. When the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done to Jericho and to Ai, for they also acted craftily and set out as envoys and took worn-out sacks on their donkeys and wineskins worn out and torn and mended. 5. And worn out and patched sandals on their feet, and worn out clothes on themselves, and all the bread of their provision was dry and had become crumbled. 6. They went to Joshua to the camp at Gilgal and said to him, "Unto the men of Israel, we have come from a far country. Now therefore make a covenant with us." 7. The men of Israel said to the Hivites, "Perhaps you are living within our land. How then shall we make a covenant with you?" 8. But they said to Joshua, "We are your servants." Then Joshua said to them, "Who are you and where do you come from?" 9. They say to him, "Your servants have come from a very far country because of the fame of the Lord your God. For we have heard the report of him and all that he did in Egypt." 10. And all that he did to the 2 kings of Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and to Og king of Bashan, who was at Ashtaroth. 11. So our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spoke to us, saying, "Take provisions in your hand for the journey, and go to meet them, and say to them, We are your servants. Now then, make a covenant with us." 12. This our bread was warm when we took it for our provisions out of our houses on the day that we left to come to you. But now behold, it is dry and has become crumbled. 13. These wineskins which we filled were new, and behold, they are torn, and these our clothes and our sandals were worn out because of the very long journey. 14. So the men of Israel took some of their provisions and did not ask for the counsel of the Lord. 15. Joshua made peace with them and made a covenant with them to let them live, and the leaders of the congregation swore an oath to them. 16. It came about at the end of 3 days after they had made a covenant with them that they were neighbors and that they were living within their land. 17. Then the sons of Israel set out and came to their cities on the 3rd day. Now their cities were Gibeon and Chephriah and Beeroth and Kiriath Jearim. 18. The sons of Israel did not strike them because the leaders of the congregation had sworn to them by the Lord, the God of Israel, and the whole congregation grumbled against. This is not grumbled, this is grumbled. Grumbled against the leaders. 19. But all the leaders say to the whole congregation, "We have sworn to them by the Lord, the God of Israel, and now we cannot touch them." 20. This we will do to them, even let them live, so that the wrath will not be upon us for the oath which we swore to them. 21. The leaders say to them, "Let them live," so they become hewers of wood and drawers of water for the whole congregation, just as the leaders had spoken to them. 22. Then Joshua called for them and spoke to them, saying, "Why have you deceived us, saying, We are very far from you, when you are living within our land?" 23. Now therefore you are cast, and you shall never cease being slaves, both hewers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my God. 10:4. So they answered Joshua and said, "Because it was certainly told your servants that the Lord your God had commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land before you. Therefore we feared greatly for our lives because of you, and have done this thing. Joshua 9, New American Standard Bible 25. Now behold, we are in your hands. Do as it seems good and right in your sight to do to us. 25. Thus he did to them and delivered them from the hands of the sons of Israel, and they did not kill them. 27. But Joshua made them that day. Oh God. But Joshua made them that day hewers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord to this day in the place which he would choose. Joshua 10, New American Standard Bible 1. Now it came about when Adon-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had captured Ai and had utterly destroyed it, just as he had done to Jericho and its king. So he had done to Ai and its king, and that the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel and were within their land. 2. That he feared greatly because of Gibeon was a great city like no one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all its men were mighty. 3. Therefore Adon-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, sent word to Hoham, king of Hebron, and to Piram, king of Jarmuth, and to Japhia, king of Lachish, and to Debah, king of Eglon, saying, 4. Come up to me and help me, and let us attack Gibeon, for it has made peace with Joshua and with the sons of Israel. 5. So the 5 kings of the Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon gathered together and went up, they with all their armies, and camped by Gibeon and fought against it. 6. Then the men of Gibeon sent word to Joshua to the camp at Gilgal, saying, Do not abandon your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us and help us, for all the kings of Amorites that live in the hill country have assembled against us. 7. So Joshua went up from Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him, and all the valiant warriors. 8. The Lord said to Joshua, Do not fear them, for I have given them into your hands. Not one of them shall stand before you. 9. So Joshua came upon them suddenly by marching all night from Gilgal. 10. And the Lord confounded them before Israel, and he slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and pursued them by the way of the ascent of Beth Horon, and struck them as far as Azkah and Makeda. 11. As they fled from before Israel, while they were at the descent of Beth Horon, the Lord threw large stones from heaven on them as far as Azkah, and they died. There were more who died from the hailstones than those whom the sons of Israel killed with the sword. 12. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the sons of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, O sun, stand still at Gibeon, and O moon in the valley of Ajalon. 13. So the sun stood still and the moon stopped until the nation avenged themselves of their enemies. Is it not written in the book of Jasher? And the sun stopped in the middle of the sky and did not hasten to go down for about a whole day. 17. There was no day like that before it or after it, when the Lord listened to the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. 15. Then Joshua and all Israel with him returned to the camp to Gilgal. 16. Now these 5 kings had fled and hidden themselves in the camp, in the cave at Makkedah. 17. It was told Joshua, saying, the 5 kings have been found hidden in the cave at Makkedah. 18. Joshua said, roll large stones against the mouth of the cave and assign men by it to guard them. 19. But do not stay there yourselves. Pursue your enemies and attack them in the rear. Do not allow them to enter their cities, for the Lord your God has delivered them into your hand. 20. It came about when Joshua and the sons of Israel had finished slaying them with a very great slaughter. I don't know which is right. Until they were destroyed, and the survivors who remained of them had entered the fort-filled cities. 21. That all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Makkedah in peace. No one uttered a word against any of the sons of Israel. 23. Then Joshua said, open the mouth of the cave and bring these 5 kings out to me from the cave. 23. They did so and brought these 5 kings out to him from the cave. The king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. Joshua 10, New American Standard Bible. 24. When they brought these kings out to Joshua, Joshua called for all the men of Israel and said to the chiefs of the men of war who had gone with him, come near, put your feet on the necks of these kings. So they came near and put their feet on their necks. 25. Joshua then said to them, do not fear or be dismayed. Be strong and courageous, for thus the Lord will do to all your enemies with whom you fight. 26. So afterward Joshua struck them and put them to death, and he hanged them on 5 trees, and they hung on the trees until evening. 27. It came about at sunset that Joshua gave a command, and they took them down from the trees and threw them into the cave where they had hidden themselves, and put large stones over the mouth of the cave to this very day. 28. Now Joshua captured Makkedah on that day and struck it and its king with the edge of the sword. He utterly destroyed it, and every person who was in it. He left no survivor. Thus he did to the king of Makkedah, just as he had done to the king of Jericho. 29. Then Joshua and all Israel with him passed on from Makkedah to Libnah and fought against Libnah. 30. The Lord gave it also with its king into the hands of Israel, and he struck it down, and every person who was in it with the edge of the sword. He left no survivor in it. Thus he did to its king just as he had done to the king of Jericho. 31. And Joshua and all Israel with him passed on from Libnah to Lachish, and they camped by it and fought against it. 32. The Lord gave Lachish into the hands of Israel, and he captured it on the 2nd day, and struck it and every person who was in it with the edge of the sword, according to all that he had done to Libnah. 33. Then Horam, king of Gezer, came up to help Lachish, and Joshua defeated him and his people until he had left him no survivor. 34. And Joshua and all Israel with him passed on from Lachish to Eglon, and they camped by it and fought against it. 35. They camped They captured it on that day and struck it with the edge of the sword, and he utterly destroyed that day every person who was in it, according to all that he had done to Lachish. 36. Then Joshua and all Israel with him went up from Eglon to Hebron, and they fought against it. 37. They captured it and struck it and its king and all its cities and all the persons who were in it with the edge of the sword. He left no survivor, according to all that he had done to Eglon, and he utterly destroyed it and every person who was in it. 38. Then Joshua and all Israel with him returned to Debir, and they fought against it. 39. He captured it and its king and all its cities, and they struck them with the edge of the sword and utterly destroyed every person who was in it. He left no survivor, just as he had done to Hebron, so he did to Debir, Debir, and its king, as he had also done to Libnah and its king. 40. Thus Joshua struck all the land, the hill country, and the Negev, and the lowland, and the slopes, and all their kings. He left no survivor, but he utterly destroyed all who breathed. But he utterly destroyed all who breathed, just as the Lord, the God of Israel, had commanded. 41. Joshua struck them from Kadesh Barnea, even as far as Gaza, and all the country of Goshen, even as far as Gibeon. 42. Joshua captured all these kings and their lands at one time, because the Lord, the God of Israel, fought for Israel. 43. So Joshua and all Israel with him returned to the camp at Gilgal. Joshua 11, New American Standard Bible. 1. Then it came about when Jabin, king of Hazor, heard of it, that he sent to Jobab, king of Madon, and to the king of Shiron, and to the king of Ashap. 2. And to the kings who were of the north in the hill country, and in the Arabah, south of Chinoroth, and in the lowland, and on the heights of Doa on the west. 3. To the Canaanite on the east, and on the west, and the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Jebusite in the hill country, and the Hivite at the foot of Hermon in the land of Mizpeh. 4. They came out, they and all their armies with them, as many people as the sand that is on the seashore, with very many horses and chariots. 5. So all of these kings, having agreed to meet, came and they camped together at the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. 6. Then the Lord said to Joshua, do not be afraid of them, for tomorrow at this time I will deliver all of them slain before Israel. You shall hamstring their horses and burn their chariots with fire. 7. So Joshua and all the people of war with him came upon them suddenly by the waters of Merion and attacked them. 8. The Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, so that they defeated them and pursued them as far as Great Sidon and Misrephoth, Maim, and the valley of Mizpah to the east, and they struck them until no survivor was left to them. 9. Joshua did to them as the Lord had told him. He hamstrung their horses and burned their chariots with fire. 10. Then Joshua turned back at that time and captured Hazor and struck its king with a sword, for Hazor formerly was the head of all these kingdoms. 11. They struck every person who was in it with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying them. There was no one left who breathed, and he burned Hazor with fire. 12. Joshua captured all the cities of these kings and all their kings, and he struck them with the edge of the sword and utterly destroyed them, just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded. 13. However, Israel did not burn any cities that stood on their mounds, except Hazor alone, which Joshua burned. 14. All the spoil of these cities and the cattle the sons of Israel took as their plunder, but they struck every man with the edge of the sword until they had destroyed them. They left no one who breathed. 15. Just as the Lord had commanded Moses his servant, so Moses commanded Joshua, and so Joshua did. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord had commanded Moses. 16. Thus Joshua took all that land, the hill country, and all the Negev, and all that land of Goshen, the lowland, the Arabah, the hill country of Israel, and its lowland. 17. From Mount Halak, that rises towards Seir, even as far as Baal-Gad, in the valley of Lebanon, at the foot of Mount Hermon, and he captured all their kings and struck them down and put them to death. 18. Joshua waged war a long time with all these kings. 17. There was not a city which made peace with the sons of Israel, except the Hivites living in Gibeon. They took them all in battle. 20. For it was of the Lord to harden their hearts to meet Israel in battle, in order that he might utterly destroy them, that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. 21. Then Joshua came at that time and cut off the Anakim from the hill country, from Hebron, from Debir, from Anab, and from all the hill country of Judah, and from all the hill country of Israel. Joshua utterly destroyed them with their cities. 22. There was no Anakim left in the land of the sons of Israel, only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashdod some remained. Joshua 11, New American Standard Bible. 23. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord had spoken to Moses, and Joshua gave it for an inheritance to Israel according to their divisions by their tribes. Thus the land had rest from war. Joshua 12, New American Standard Bible. 1. Now these are the kings of the land whom the sons of Israel defeated, and whose land they possessed beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise, from the valley of Ammon as far as Mount Hermon, and all the Arabah to the east. 2. Shihon, king of Amorites, who lived in Heshbon and ruled from Aroah, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, both the middle of the valley and half of Gilead, even as far as the brook Jabbok, the border of the sons of Ammon. 3. And the Arabah as far as the sea of Chinneros toward the east, and as far as the sea of Arabah, even the salt sea eastward toward Beth Jeshimoth, and on the south at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah. 14. And the territory of Og king of Bashan, one of the remnant of Rephaim, who lived at Ashtaroth and at Edrei. 5. And ruled over Mount Hermon and Salecha and all Bashan as far as the border of Jeshurites and the Oh God, the matcha cysts, and half of Gilead, as far as the border of Shihon, king of Heshbon. 6. Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the sons of Israel defeated them, and Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave it to the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh as a possession. 7. Now these are the kings of the land whom Joshua and the sons of Israel defeated beyond the Jordan toward the west, from Baal-gad in the valley of Lebanon, even as far as Mount Halak, which rises toward Seir, and Joshua gave it to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their divisions. 8. In the hill country, in the lowland, in the Arabah, on the slopes, and in the wilderness, and in the Negev, the Hittite, the Amorite, and the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Havite, and the Jebusite. 9. The king of Jericho. 1. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel. 1. 10. The king of Jerusalem. 1. The king of Hebronite. 1. 11. The king of Jarmuth. 1. The king of Lachish. 1. 12. The king of Eglon. 1. The king of Jeza. 1. 14. The king of Homa. 1. The king of Arad. 1. 15. The king of Libnah. 1. The king of Adullam. 1. 16. The king of Makkedah. 1. The king of Bethel. 1. 17. The king of Tapua. 1. The king of Hapa. 1. 18. The king of Aphek. 1. The king of Lasharon. 1. 19. The king of Madon. 1. The king of Hazor. 1. 20. The king of Shimron Meron. 1. The king of Ashap. 1. 21. The king of Tanash. 1. The king of Megiddo. 1. 22. The king of Kadesh. 1. The king of Jokneam in Carmel. 1. 3. The king of Dor in the heights of Dor. 1. The king of Goim in Gilgal. 1. The king of Tiza. 1. In all 31 kings. Joshua 13, New American Standard Bible. 1. Now Joshua was old and advanced in years when the Lord said to him, "You are old and advanced in years, and very much of the land remains to be possessed." 2. This is the land that remains, all the regions of Philistines and all of those of Jeshurites. 3. From the Jeshua, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron to the north, it is counted as a Canaanite. The 5 lords of Philistines, the Gazite, the Ashdodite, the Ashkelonite, the Gittite, the Ekronite, and the Avitite. 4. To the south, all the land of the Canaanite and Meorah, that belongs to the Sidonians, as far as Aphek, to the border of Amorite. To the border of Amorite. 5. And the land of the Jebalites, and all of Lebanon toward the east, from Baal-gad below Mount Hermon, as far as Lebo Hamath. 6. All the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon as far as Merophath Maim, all the Sidonians, I will drive them out from before the sons of Israel. Only a lot each to Israel for an inheritance as I have commanded you. 7. Now therefore apportion this land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half tribe of Manasseh. 8. With the other half tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites received the inheritance which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan to the east, just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave to them. 9. From Aroah, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, with a city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain of Medeba as far as Dibon. 10. And all the cities of Shihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon as far as the border of the sons of Ammon. 11. And Gilead and the territory of Jeshurites and Machashitets, and all Mount Hammon and all Bashan as far as Salecha. 12. All the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtarosh and in Edria, he alone was left of the remnant of the Rephaim, for Moses struck them and dispossessed them. 13. But the sons of Israel did not dispossess the Jeshurites or the Machashitets, for Jeshah and Machas live among Israel until this day. 14. Only to the tribe of Levi he did not give an inheritance. The offerings by fire to the Lord, the God of Israel, are their inheritance, as he spoke to them. 15. So Moses gave an inheritance to the tribe of the sons of Reuben according to their families. 16. Their territory was from Aroah, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, with a city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain by Medeba. 17. Heshbon and all its cities which are on the plain, Dibon and Bamosh Baal and Beth Baal Meon. 18. And Jahaz and Kedemoth and Mephath. 19. And Kiriath Thaim and Sibma and Zerith Shahar on the hill of the valley. 20. And Beth Peor and the slopes of Pisgah and Beth Jeshmoth. 21. Even all the cities of the plain and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in the Heshbon, whom Moses struck with the chiefs of Midian, Evi and Rechem and Zuha and Huha and Reba, the princes of Sihon, who lived in the land. 22. The sons of Israel also killed Balaam, the son of Behor, the diviner, with a sword among the rest of their slain. 10:3. The border of the sons of Reuben was the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the sons of Reuben according to their families, the cities and their villages. 10:4. Moses also gave an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the sons of Gad according to their families. 25. Their territory was Jazer and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the sons of Ammon as far as Aroyah, which is before Rabbah. 26. And from Heshbon as far as Ramath, Mizpah, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim as far as the border of Debir. Joshua 13, New American Standard Bible. 27. And in the valley, Beth Haram, and Beth Nimrah, and Stukos, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as a border as far as the lower end of the sea of Chinnereth, beyond the Jordan to the east. 28. This is the inheritance of the sons of God according to their families, the cities and their villages. 29. Moses also gave an inheritance to the half tribe of Manasseh, and it was for the half tribe of the sons of Manasseh according to their families. 30. Their territory was from Mahanaim, or the Bashan, or the kingdom of Ogi, all the kingdom of Ogi, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Gear, which are in Bashan, 60 cities. 31. Also half of Gilead with Astaroth and Edrei, the cities of the kingdom of Ogi in Bashan, where for the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, for half of the sons of Machir, according to their families. 32. These are the territories which Moses apportioned for an inheritance in the plains of Moab beyond the Jordan at Jericho to the east. 33. But to the tribe of Levi, Moses did not give an inheritance. The Lord, the God of Israel, is their inheritance, as he had promised to them. Joshua 14, New American Standard Bible 1. Now these are the territories which the sons of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the households of the tribes of the sons of Israel apportioned to them for an inheritance. 2. By the lot of their inheritance, as the Lord commanded through Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half tribe. 3. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and half tribe beyond the Jordan, but he did not give an inheritance to the Levites among them. Oh, a minute. I think we have to check on this guy here. Is this guy still on? Oh, it's 8 already. Come on, don't tell me it's 8 already. Just needed one thing. Just need one thing here. I don't know, my day is always short. I don't know why. My day is always short. Why is my day short? Why is my day always short? I have a short day every time. Every time I have a short day. Okay, the good thing about today is my song is released. But it takes long because guys release my music. You should be releasing my music. 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 They should be releasing my music. 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 The only thing that I want now for them to release my music. To release my music. To release my music. The only thing that I want for them to release my music. To release my music. 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 To release my music. English is not easy. English is a hard language. Very hard to read. My music. My music. Release 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 my music. That's what Guys, you know. Oh, 9 minutes. Arabi, the fly. Oh. think we are done for today. Check YouTube again. Oh yeah. uh, all right. Sister.